started with the webinar. And tonight I'll be talking about basically the essentials for membership vice presidents. And so it'll be all the information you need to know to be successful in your position and also to hold your an successful student drive. Here are a few webinar procedures. If you have any questions, just type them in the box, and towards the end of the presentation, someone will ask your question and I'll be able to answer it towards the end of the presentation. So tonight I will be presenting Latoya Coles, the Manager of Membership and Chapter Services, and along with me, Scott Brewster will be helping me present tonight. He is the APhA ASP National Member at Large. So first I wanted to talk about what we expect of the most valuable player. So that is what we call our MVPs, the membership vice presidents, because we rely on you at APhA as well as your chapter relies on you for member engagement as well as to run the drives in order for successful enrollment and recruitment of students at your chapter. The membership vice president to set goals and objectives for the chapter. You'll be able to manage the sign-up process during both the fall and spring drive, and you'll also be in charge of a lot of the membership engagement for your chapter. So you do play a major role when it comes to keeping members engaged and excited to be a part of the chapters. So first I wanted to talk about your chapter administrator accounts and what you have access to on pharmacist.com. So I wanted to start off with a quick poll question just to see how many people are familiar with the chapter administrator account. So the first question I have for you is, have you accessed your chapter's administrator account? So I'll give you about 10 seconds to answer this question. Okay, so I want to show those poll results. So it looks like the poll results aren't coming. Okay, so the poll results are showing up. So it looks like some of you have accessed your chapter administrator account and some of you have not. So now I just want to talk about what the chapter administrator account is and what you have access to on this account. So your chapter administrator account is an account that is set up for your chapter personally that has membership rosters, reports, and chapter reimbursement reports. You can also find information to set your chapter goals on your chapter administrator account. And so all of the information to run your chapter business is found on your chapter administrator account. Your chapter advisor has received the login information to access this chapter administrator account. So we tasked them to pass this information along to membership vice presidents and chapter presidents. So if you have not had access to this account, you want to talk to your chapter advisor about getting that login information. Also, on your chapter administrator account is where you would update the executive committee positions, which is very important. If you're a membership vice president and you have not been getting communications from APhA, it is because your chapter and executive committee has not been updated. So you want to make sure that you have access to your chapter administrator account to update this information, because I'll be sending out a lot of important communications during the drive that you will want to have access to. Also on pharmacist.com, you'll have the updated MVP toolkit, which will be placed on pharmacist.com on the membership resources portal on APhA ASP. That'll go up on next Monday, so you want to look out for that, as well as all of the marketing materials that you'll need during your drives. Everything that we send in the fall drive boxes will also be found on the APhA ASP membership resources page. So I just wanted to show you just a couple of quick screenshots of what it looks like to log into your pharmacist.com account through your chapter administrator account. So when you log in, you'll see that it'll say welcome back, and it'll have your school name there. And then you would just select the My Groups option by your school name. It'll be grayed out, but you can click on it. And on the next page is where you'll have the option to either view your report or add your executive committee members. So whichever task that you're trying to do at the time, you would just select that. And here is what it looks like on the reports page. So there is a key at the bottom that tells you all the reports that you have access to, and it'll match what it says in the select report option drop down. So you have access to your chapter rosters, dues payments. You can be able to check your new members. You'll also be able to see your non-renewed members, which is a very important report because you'll be able to reach out to those students during the drive. Here is an example of what a membership roster looks like. It has all of the students' information here. You have ID numbers, names, addresses. Here's just a quick example of the dues reports. You'll see how much money your chapter has been collecting throughout the drive, and you'll also be able to match those reports up with the reimbursement if we're collecting chapter or state dues for your chapter. And here are some additional reports. Again, it just shows your dues revenue for each month and also based on the years. So next, I just wanted to go into membership enrollment. So membership enrollment is very important. We run the membership drives in order for the membership vice presidents and the chapters to enroll students at their chapters. The membership enrollment process is it's pretty simple. We have 3 ways for students to enroll. We prefer students to enroll online, so we want you to encourage all your students to use the online enrollment as the preferred method, but we also give the option of file uploads, which a chapter will be able to submit all of their student names in a spreadsheet that we provide to them, submit it back to us with one form of payment, and we'll upload all of those names into our database. But you have to request this. Your chapter advisor will have to request that option, and then we'll send instructions on how chapters can complete that process. And as you see here, we have paper forms as the last resort. Of course, we do not want you to use the paper forms, but if a student is having problems with trying to enroll online, we do want you to offer them the paper form because we don't want you to lose that member. So if you have any paper forms on hand, if you don't have any paper forms, because we asked for chapters to request this during the membership questionnaire that went out at the beginning of the summer, you can also print those out online on the membership resources page. We do have some chapter enrollment forms there. So please offer these forms to students having issues, but if they're not having issues, we do prefer them to use the online method of enrollment. Online enrollment is pretty simple. We do have a new way for students to enroll. It's called the Pay Now method. It is a 5-step enrollment process for students. All students would have to do is log into their pharmacist.com Sorry about that. I got disconnected. But like I was saying, was that students have the option of Pay Now, which is 5 easy steps. This can be done from electronic devices. All they will have to do is log into the pharmacist.com account, press the Pay Now option, which I'll show you the quick steps in the following slides. But it's very quick. Students won't have to stand there long to go through a long process. They can use their cell phones, they can use their tablets, but 2017 graduates who are signing up for the dual option cannot use the Pay Now function because we cannot edit any membership profiles through this function. We would only be able to sign up students for 1 year of membership. And just as a disclaimer, we do not give refunds for final year students or for regular student membership. So you want to make sure that students are clear on what they're signing up for, because once they sign up, we do not give refunds for their membership. And here's just a quick view of what it looks like for the students to go through the Pay Now option. They will log into the pharmacist.com account. And here is where they'll see the option to Pay Now. So it has the order balance. They would just select the Pay Now option. And then here is what the order looks like. It'll show what the student is paying for. They're paying for the student membership. It'll show the chapter dues. And then all you would have to do is select the box that is circled. Just make sure that the boxes are checked so that it can pay for the complete order. Enter the new credit card information. And then click Pay Now, and that's it. So students will have a very quick and easy process for the online enrollment. And this is just a quick summary of what it shows you, what the students pay for. And so if there's any discrepancies or anything that they have questions about, they'll see it on this page and they can give customer service a call. And now I just wanted to quickly talk about the chapter goals. So most chapters should have submitted their goals as students at Summer Leadership Institute. But if you have not submitted your chapter goals, it is not too late. So please contact me. My contact information will be at the end of the presentation. You'll be able to email me that information. Or if you have any questions about how to submit this information, please send me an email. The enrollment figures. So on the chapter administrator account, we do place your enrollment figures on this account to give you a realistic overview of what your chapter goals should be. So you'll be able to see what your chapter has done as far as enrollment over the last 5 years. And then we want you to increase those numbers by 3%. And then you see here where it says greater than 65%. We want you to try to enroll greater than 65% of your pharmacy school students into APhA membership. And we'll also be sending out messages that let you know how close you are to your goals. It'll show your chapter performance. So if we see that some chapters are doing well, we do send out messages congratulating those chapters. If there are chapters that are struggling, we will call or send messages, or we'll even come to a visit if we see that you're struggling and that you might need some help from us to enroll your students. Setting goals is very, very important. So like I said, if you have not set a chapter goal, please contact me so that I can walk you through the process on how you can get those goals submitted to me. The fall membership drive. So the fall membership drive is coming up. The boxes will be sent out on August the 15th. So we're preparing the boxes now. So you should receive them, or your chapter advisor will receive them sometime next week. So you want to follow up with them, because we do ask the chapter advisors to give the membership vice presidents the boxes once they're received. Inside of your fall drive box, you'll have so many great marketing materials that you'll be able to give to your students to draw their interest in APhA membership. We have membership brochures. We have posters that you'll be able to place around your campus. We also have some pharmacists provide care giveaways that we're including in the box. And we also have an MVP quick reference guide. This guide is very important for you to read through. It's 6 pages, and it has all of the information that you need to know about running a successful fall drive. It'll have information about how to submit your enrollment forms. It'll have information on benefits. And it'll also have information on who you need to contact if you have any issues, as well as a calendar of some important deadlines. So you want to check that out once you get the box. And you can also feel free to make some copies to hand to other students who may be helping out with your fall membership drive. And if you don't have enough of something in your box, like I said in the beginning of the presentation, all of those contents will be found on the APhA ASP portion of the website under membership resources, so you'll be able to print out some more of anything that you run out of. You want to start your membership drive as soon as you receive your box. We do have an official start date of September the 1st, but once you get your box, feel free to start your fall membership drive whenever you like. Again, we want you to do it all online. Paper forms are there for backup and emergency use only. And again, make it fun. There are so many different things that you can do, having welcoming events, socials. We also have a promotional video that we included at the end of the questionnaire that is also found on the membership resources portion of the website. And there's also some information in your fall drive box to let you know how to get access to that video. So the fall drive will be starting soon, so be thinking of some great ideas about how to draw students in and how to keep students engaged with your chapter. So now I just wanted to go over some membership benefits. So we have special benefits for your final year students and 2017 graduates. We want you to encourage the 2017 graduates in your chapter to join or renew by October 31st. We had this deadline because we do offer the NAPLEX book as a complimentary membership benefit to these students, but supplies are limited, so we want to have as many students as possible sign up by this date so that we'll make sure that we have enough books for everyone. Students who join in the spring also have access to these membership benefits. We just created a brand new NAPLEX review study guide. So this study guide includes the NABP blueprint of study for the NAPLEX exam. It also includes some pharmacy mnemonics with illustrations, and also the top 200 drugs. And this will be packaged with the NAPLEX review book, and it is for members only. So if non-members were to go online to order the NAPLEX book, they would not get this study guide, as well as students who decide that they do not want to be a member of APhA and they would like to order the book. This study guide will not be available to them as well. So you want to make sure that students know about this new benefit and let them know that they have to be active members signed up by October 31st, 2016 in order to receive the study guide. And also encourage your students to go online to update their address information. When you're collecting the enrollment forms, if you have to use some, or when students are going online to renew, or if you choose the file upload method, make sure that students are updating their shipping addresses on their profile, because the books will be shipped out around December, and I know a lot of students, they may travel back home around this time because it's around the holidays. Want to make sure that we have that updated shipping address, because the book can be sent to the wrong address and it can cause a lot of issues when trying to resend these books out. So you want to make sure that students have updated contact information on their pharmacist.com profile. When the NAPLEX book ships in December, students can look forward also to the pharmacy library bonus questions. These questions will be available to these 2017 graduates in the winter. Around January is when we send out options on how to access these questions, as well as the code for students to redeem this additional benefit. So we have a lot of great benefits for 2017 graduates. We also have the dual membership, which we encourage students to sign up for who are final year students, because they also get that first year pharmacy membership, and then it's bundled at a discount for $115. So you want to encourage your final year students to sign up for the dual membership so that they can get 2 years for one, as well as these other great benefits that we have to offer them. So here are a few important deadlines coming up. So we have the October 15th, 2016 deadline. This is the first deadline of enrollment. We want chapters to enroll as many students as they can by October 15th, because when you do this, we give you a $3 rebate per student that you enroll. So for every student that you enroll by October 15th, you get $3 per student back to your chapter. This can go for chapter programming. You can also send someone to the annual meeting. Whatever you decide to do with these funds for your chapter is completely at your discretion. So we encourage you to try to get as much money as you can so that you can fund your chapter events. But if you don't make that deadline, there's still another deadline for you to receive $1 per student that you enroll by November 8th. So between October 16th and November 8th, you'll get $1 back per student that you enroll. But everything must be postmarked by this date if you were to use your forms. If you were to enroll students online, as many students that you enroll online, they would have to be enrolled by midnight on October the 15th or November the 8th. Also, the October 31st deadline that I just discussed with you, the last day for your final year students to qualify for the NAPLEX eligibility. And so now I'm going to hand the presentation over to Scott so that he can talk about member engagement.
Before you do that, Latoya, can we take this moment to answer 2 quick questions, if that's okay?
Sure.
Wonderful. Crystal posed a question about 2017 grads renewing their membership, and she just wanted to clarify how they can do that. Do they use by using the Pay Now button when they log into pharmacist.com, or could you clarify the other ways that 2017 grads can renew their membership?
So 2017 graduates can renew their membership through the Pay Now function if they do not sign up for dual membership. If they decide to sign up for only 1 year, they can use the Pay Now option. But if they do not sign up for 1 year and would like the dual membership option, they would have to go to the renewal option on their profile, and it's right above the Pay Now option.
Wonderful. And I do have one more question. And that's regarding the executive committee members. So when new executive committee members are added, does the chapter need to delete the old executive committee members, or does adding a new executive committee member replace the contact information for those who previously held the position the year before?
So what will happen is that if the position that they're trying to remove isn't expired, we would have to be contacted to delete those previous positions so that the new positions can be added. So if you try to go in and the system doesn't allow you to update, you can contact either me or Lynette Plowden, and we'll be able to remove those old positions so that the new positions can be entered.
Wonderful. That's all for now.
Okay. So Scott,
well, good evening. Definitely. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Scott Brewster, and as Latoya said earlier, I serve as the APhA ASP National Member at Large. And tonight, I would like to talk to you about several different things. One being member engagement, resources, and then opportunities coming up. Can you advance the slide for me? Great. But before I'd like to get started, I would like to talk about the theme for this year, our President Kelsey Gallegos theme, Together We Can. And I would really encourage you to go and read the recent Student Pharmacist Magazine publication, but I'd like to summarize it in 3 big points, headings that she had in that magazine article. Really, as membership vice presidents, we want to know the theme for this year, but we also want to utilize it because I think it applies to all positions, but none more so than the membership vice president. And really focusing on 3 big things. The strength in numbers, so obviously our members are our numbers here. The opportunities we create for those members, really in the memberships that they have, really making sure that our programming at chapter meetings, the opportunities they have through patient care, and other opportunities, whether it be patient counseling competition or even just enjoying everything their membership has to offer, some of those things Latoya mentioned earlier. The ripple effect, I think this is beautifully put by Kelsey in the article, but really focusing on what we can do with one person and how that can expand outwards. I really think as membership vice presidents, we sometimes lose focus of how the impacts we make in an individual's life and how their membership in APhA ASP can start a great journey in pharmacy school, whether they be a first year student, second year student, third, all the way up to final year. Anywhere along the way, you could still have that ripple effect as far as the membership goes. So first, I'd like to start off by talking about member engagement. There's a couple of different ways to do this, but there's some of the big ones are through chapter meetings. And I realize that a lot of chapters struggle with food as being a big part of the meeting. Food is a big part of it, but it's not the only thing. It's not the biggest thing by any means. Focusing on free or very inexpensive food can attract members maybe during those lunchtime meetings. But like I said, it's not the only thing, and we want to sell our members on much more for our chapter meetings than just coming and having a meal. And it's really through varied programming, focusing on those things that student pharmacists want to have at a meeting, listening to your members, working with your chapter president, president-elect, maybe even communications to poll members, to talk to them and to see what kind of programming can we offer that students will benefit from, really focusing on changing up the programming, making it engaging, and something that they can really enjoy. We realize that some chapters utilize a point system, and having systems in play where students can attend meetings, attend patient care, and earn points along the way. Working to reward those students when they accrue points, and maybe through member recognition, so a member of the month or a kudos corner, for example, where we recognize those individuals for the outstanding work they do, the membership that they have, but also how they engage in that membership and how they really utilize that. Helping student pharmacists recognize the service projects, the patient care projects, community outreach programs. Oftentimes when a student joins, they forget, they get caught up in school and forget that maybe I need to check Facebook or I need to check my email, or sometimes the email fatigue is there. Working as a membership vice president to turn them on to those programs, point them in the right direction when they have questions, making sure that they're fully engaged in what is being offered at your chapter level. And really that's summarized in mentorship. I know as a first-year student I came in and I needed a lot of mentorship from my membership vice president. I struggled with the online system to how to join. We ended up having to do paper systems at that time at my chapter. But it's something that you can work as a membership vice president to make sure that students are being mentored, getting the most out of their membership, and being engaged in membership. Member engagement also extends to meetings, so mid-year regional meeting and then APhA annual meeting. Working with your chapter president, your advisors, your finance vice president to help fundraise, looking at ideas and ways to offer financial assistance. For most, that's an expensive meeting, but we want to make sure that our members are able to go to these and utilize that as their member benefit. Plan activities at those meetings too, so maybe a dinner as a chapter, fun activities during the downtime, being maybe a night off or a night out or something that the chapter can go do together and enjoy time together at that annual meeting or mid-year regional meeting. And throughout the year at the chapter level, focusing also on social events. Maybe these could be outside the chapter meeting itself, but really having an opportunity to come together, enjoy time together, and celebrate. Maybe through an end-of-the-year celebration, a banquet of some kind, or an example, I know my chapter does a chapter cookout at the beginning of each year to welcome students, incoming students, and also welcome students back throughout the year. So think of fun ways to engage members and make sure that they're getting the great programming, but they're also having fun and recognizing that they're part of a family in their membership. So now that we've talked about member engagement, I want to talk a little bit about the leadership resources for membership vice presidents. So quick poll question. How many of you have set up a profile on the membership vice president engaged community? And I'll give 10-15 seconds for this. So we have a resounding no, and that's understandable because this is a new community, but it's something that I want to make sure everyone leaves here knowing about. and knowing that they can access this as a great resource for membership vice presidents and for really honestly all positions at the chapter level to learn to engage in a community focused on helping to grow and engage members. So like we've already talked about with the MVP engaged community, but I want to run through a couple quick ones before I get to that. So the Membership Vice President Toolkit found on pharmacist.com, working with chapter advisors, new practitioner mentors, if you guys were able to join in on that webinar earlier in the week. Definitely a great place to start. If your chapter doesn't have one of those, I would encourage you to work on getting a new practitioner mentor and helping to incorporate them into recruiting members and also utilizing them and maximizing member benefits. Regional members at large, national officers as well, and APHA staff. I would also encourage you, with my standing committee, the Member Engagement Committee, we are also a great resource. But with the MVP Engaged community, it's an online community that we're working on right now to connect membership vice presidents. And really through this, we want to post topic discussions, engage in a way that we can communicate with one another, recognize the great things that are going on, but also talk about the struggles and help each other work through ways to recruit members, problems troubleshooting the website, online registration, but also, like I said, ways to engage our membership, making sure that we're offering great programming, sharing ideas, and fun resources and ways. So I would encourage you to check that out, make sure maybe after the webinar to go on, sign up, and start utilizing that platform. So now that we've talked about engagement, I want to talk about staying connected. So one way to do that is through student outreach. And if you haven't, please go ahead and sign up for student outreach. But this year we're offering it to any chapter that needs or will want a student outreach. And with student outreach visits, each chapter is visited by a National Executive Committee member or an APHA leader on their campus. So what could this mean for your chapter? It could be a great opportunity for a chapter meeting, but also really to work on feedback for your programs, gain insight on APhA ASP initiatives, and really to work with your membership as a membership vice president to make sure that we're offering everything we can to fully engage those members. Teleconference options are available, but like I said, this could be a great opportunity for a chapter meeting, really helping to showcase and build up the opportunities found in APhA ASP. We've already talked about it a little bit, but register for MRM 2016, not only as an MVP, but encourage your members. Know these dates. I'll pause for a minute so you can write them down. But make sure to write these things down, know the dates, being able to communicate to your members how to get there, the opportunities involved. As MRM, it's the only meeting throughout the year developed solely for student pharmacists that all student pharmacists, whether first year or final year student, can benefit from in some way. So encourage those students, really utilize this as part of their member benefit. Registration is $125 for APHA members, and as like someone said the other night, registration deadline is 2 weeks prior, but I know in my region, Region 3, that fills up much quicker than that. So knowing that as a membership vice president is crucial. Being able to communicate to your members to say, don't miss out on this great opportunity. It's something that you could really look forward to, but also as the school year starts to get more busy and that deadline starts to approach, stay on them. Make sure that they know if they want to attend, go ahead and sign up as early as possible, as early date as possible for them. PharmFlix 2016, our theme for this year is Together We Can. And really with PharmFlix, we want to focus on a public service announcement that's 90 seconds or less. Think about it in that way of like the commercial, movie previews, documentaries, or parodies of pop culture. Really, these things are a great way to be fun, engaging for members. Maybe shooting one as yourself, as your chapter level, but also showing those before APHA, before the meeting, the annual meeting. So your chapter can know of them, share in those, have some laughs, but also learn about great things that chapters are doing and ways to showcase our theme this year. The deadline for chapter submissions is December 1st. Stay connected. Oftentimes, I think with membership vice presidents, we think of this just being a communications vice president's job, but it's really for all chapter executive committee members, and none more so than the membership vice president. showcasing those member recognitions is a great way that we want to continue to do that on the national level, whether it be through Twitter or YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Stay connected with APHA and APhA ASP. And this is our webinar week schedule. Obviously, we're on the back half now, but I would encourage you, if you missed out on these first couple webinars, and as a membership vice president, looking for ways to further engage your members to know more about opportunities found in APHA, visit the YouTube channel and check out these webinars, whether it be New Practitioner Mentor Program, International VP, Policy Vice President, making sure to know what all is available and the most information you can have so you can mentor those members in the best way possible. And I like not only with the webinars previously, but check out the webinars at the end of the week as well. So here you can find everyone's contact information and what questions do we have about membership.
All right, thank you so much, Scott. Alyssa would like a little more clarification regarding the NAPLEX benefit, and she wants to confirm that all 2017 graduates are eligible to receive the NAPLEX book that comes with membership. Are there particular deadlines in which they must apply for membership in order to have the NAPLEX benefit?
Oh yes, all 2017 grads are eligible for the NAPLEX benefit, but they would have to be enrolled by October 31st to be eligible.
Thank you. Melissa has a question regarding the membership statistics that you had mentioned earlier in the presentation, LaToya, and she would like to know how to access the previous 5 years of membership statistics in order to evaluate their enrollment figures.
So this information is found on the chapter administrator account. So after the presentation, if you could send me an email and I'll send you instructions on how to access this information. Also, if you have not been receiving the emails that have been requesting for your chapters to submit your goals with the instructions, that means that your executive committee needs to be updated, so make sure that you're in the system so that you don't miss out on any of the other messages that go out. So if you could send me a message after this, I'll go ahead and send you those instructions, and also make sure that you're updated in your executive committee position.
Great. We have a couple of inquiries about the engaged community, so this is a great question for a lot of people, I think. How do we go about joining the MVP engaged community?
So to join the MVP engaged community, it's kind of invite only. So what happens is that we've sent out a few messages about the community to encourage MVPs to sign up, but there'll be a few messages going out within the next week or so with instructions on how to access the community. Also, again, your executive committee position. So if you were in the executive committee, then we automatically added you. But if your chapter has not updated this information, then you probably haven't been added. So just make sure that your executive committee is updated, because we'll be putting a list soon and adding all of the new MVPs, and you want to make sure that you'll be on that list so that you can have access. So a message will be going out within a week letting you know how to access this community.
We have another follow-up question regarding the engaged community, popular topic. Will you be inviting chapter advisors to join the MVP engaged community, or do you prefer that it remain for students only?
So this is a community that we want for students only. We want students to interact with each other, the student leaders to interact with each other, to give each other ideas on how to keep students at their chapter engaged. So we just really want to get the conversation started amongst students and kind of keep advisors separate.
Wonderful. We have a question specific to member benefits again. And the question is, are there any membership benefits specific to the 2017 grads after they become practitioners using the dual membership? They just would like to know how they can market these particular dual membership benefits how they can make those a selling point when they're marketing the dual membership.
So right now we're developing some new memberships for the new practitioners along with the dual membership. There'll be a new manual that we're developing that has a lot of great information in it for new practitioners. And there are also just the regular APhA benefits, such as the magazines that we offer, the webinars that we have. The Career Center is a very good benefit that we have also for new practitioners. And we also have a lot of events with the Career Center at annual meetings. So you really want to push the careers portion of that, and we'll also be marketing to that segment of students once they graduate. So we're really just pushing the Career Center, the career counseling, and the benefits to help them to get into the workforce.
All right, it looks like we have another question about benefits. Rachel would like clarification regarding the 2017 graduate benefits. She would like to know, she would just like some clarification regarding the difference for 2017 grads that are already registered for dual membership during the spring drive versus 2017 grads that sign up during the fall drive. Is there a difference in the benefits that they receive?
So there is no difference in the benefits that students who sign up in the spring and the fall. The only difference is that the students who sign up in the spring get a discount. Their membership is $10 cheaper when they sign up earlier, and they also get access to 100 additional pharmacy library questions. But other than that, as far as the NAPLEX magazine, the NAPLEX review book and the study guide goes, they will still have access to those benefits.
We have a question now from Danica, and she would like to know, is the only way for renewing membership online, or is the online registration only for renewing membership, or can incoming new members register for membership online?
Online enrollment is for new and renewing members, so students who are new can sign up online and set up their profiles through pharmacist.com.
Great. And Joel would like you to please just repeat the payment option for dual memberships for 2017 grads. He would like some clarification regarding the Pay Now option. It looks like the Pay Now option is not available for the dual enrollment, but it is for the other option. So is the Pay Now option going to be available for dual enrollment?
So no, the Pay Now option is not available for dual enrollment because they have to make changes to the order. The Pay Now option is only for 2017 graduates who decide that they only want to sign up for their final year student membership and not their new practitioner membership. But if they want to sign up for the dual membership, they will have to go through the whole renewal process because they will have to change some information in their profile.
Okay. And just a quick clarification regarding the 2017 grads. For the fall drive, do they need to sign up by October 31st in order to get the NAPLEX books if they register in the fall?
Yes, the October 31st is the deadline for all 2017 grads to enroll to have access to the NAPLEX benefits.
Quite a few more questions regarding member benefits. For potential members who cannot pay in full right away, are there payment plans that are offered?
So we currently do not have payment plans for student memberships. So right now, in order for students to enroll, they would have to pay the entire $45 fee.
We have a question from Mary Jo regarding incoming P1 students who have an APhA ASP account while they were members while they're in their pre-pharmacy program, how do they renew now that they are now in pharmacy school? Is the procedure the same?
So yes, the procedure would be the same because we base all memberships by graduation year. So we'll be able to see based on their grad year that they're now in pharmacy school. So when the order is created on their account, it will show them as a pharmacy school member.
Great. One more question. I think we may have covered this, but I'm not sure. Will there be NAPLEX benefits for the 2017 class during the spring membership drive?
So during the spring 2017 drive, those benefits will go towards the students who are graduating in 2018. So if you're a 2017 graduate, they will have to sign up now during the fall drive to receive those benefits for 2017 graduates.
One question from Maggie. What strategies do you suggest as the best way to reach out to 2017 graduates since they're already out on rotation and not physically at the school?
So we try to assist chapters at headquarters. We try to send out a lot of email messages, and if you could get those, pull those lists, pull the membership rosters from your chapter administrator account that has those email addresses for the 2017 grads, and just send them information. We also have a PDF of the dual membership flyer that outlines all of the benefits that we offer the 2017 grads. So you might can include some information from the flyer in the messages that you send out, or include them in the email, include the flyer in the email that you send to 2017 grads in your chapter. So it would probably be best to reach out to them by email to tell them about the benefits that APhA offers to 2017 graduates.
And one final question right now. Oh, we've got a couple more questions. One from Kendall. How do we access the chapter information? Do we log in using the previous membership VP username and password?
So the chapter administrator account is a completely separate account from personal pharmacist.com profiles, and we set this up so that year to year chapters can use this account and pass the information along to other chapter leaders. So if you need the login information to access the chapter administrator account, you would have to talk to your chapter advisor about it. We give them the option to share this information with the chapter leaders because it does have a lot of personal information about students in the chapter on the account. So we allow them to choose who they like to have access to this account. But you want to talk to them to see whether it's okay for you to access the account, and if they don't have the login information, contact me and I can send the login information and instructions on how to pull the reports, update the executive committee positions, as well as pull any other information that you need off of your administrator.
And it looks like we have one more question from Andrew, who would just like some clarification about 2017 grads who renewed during the spring, this past spring. He would just like clarification that they do not need to do anything further to be eligible for the NAPLEX book and study guide other than update their shipping information.
So yes, that is correct. All students, all 2017 grads who join in the spring are ready for those benefits. We don't need any other information from them except them to update their address on pharmacist.com.
And that looks like those are all of the questions right now. So if there are any other questions, please go ahead and type them in. It looks like we do have somebody with their hand up. So Young, I'm going to unmute you and go ahead and answer your or ask your question. You are unmuted, So Young.
Oh, I was just sending the webinar. I don't have any questions currently.
All right, thank you. It looks like we do have one more question. Priyanka would like to know that if if any other students are eligible for NAPLEX benefits, or is it just the upcoming 2017 graduates?
Currently, we're only offering the NAPLEX benefits to 2017 graduates.
And it looks like Melissa Gassman has her hand up still, so I am going to unmute you, Melissa. If you still have a question, go ahead and ask.
Yes. My pharmacy program is new and officially has been recently accredited, so we were allowed to touch base and outreach to our pre-pharmacy program. Are there any different types of rules or limitations that the pre-pharm students can or cannot do when they become members of APhA? Because this is our first time outreaching to the pre-pharm students for this year.
So currently, the pre-pharm students, they can join APhA and become members, but of course they won't be able to take advantage of the full benefits that the pharmacy students have access to, but we do offer it if they wanted to get an early start on getting information that we offer the pharmacy students. So when they transition over into the pharmacist membership, they'll already have a presence at APhA, they'll already be familiar, so they'll be able to really hit the ground running once they start their pharmacy full membership.
It looks like there are no additional questions this evening.
Okay, so if there aren't any additional questions, of course we have the page up here that has the contact information for me, Lynette, and also Kelsey, who is the National Executive President. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me by email if there was something that you may have forgotten or something that you did not want to bring up on the webinar. You can always contact me personally and I'll be able to assist you with anything that you need. And again, you want to make sure that you have access to the chapter administrator account, so talk to your chapter advisor about that. Make sure that your executive committee positions are updated, and don't be afraid to reach out if you need any assistance with anything.